Hey guys, James Ignatowich here. I'm a professional player and I'm here again with the Pickleball Clinic to tell you 3 things that you should never do. All right, so the first thing that you should never do on the pickleball court is use a significantly more amount of wrist on your drops versus your dinks. If you're using a little bit of wrist on your dinks, especially if you're looking to get topspin, that's okay. And I think if you're hitting a drop, it should not look wildly different. This is what a dink looks like. Now as I take a step back, you tell me what changes about my upper body technique. So as you can see, not a lot of extra wrist. Keeping a pretty fixed and loose wrist while I'm hitting the shot. And no, I did not just miss that one. Bruh. All right, so the 2 main mistakes that people make as it relates to using extra wrist are too much of this motion, finishing way above your head on a topspin drop, and also doing this when you are hitting a topspin drop. If you feel like your wrist has to collapse and then go to your left and you're finishing on the opposite side of your body, that's gonna be a problem as it relates to consistency. For me, when I'm hitting topspin drops, I'm finishing on the same side of my body and I'm not doing this with my wrist. I'll save that for drives. All right, so another part of pickleball as it relates to something you should not do, when you're dinking up here at the kitchen line, leaning to your left or leaning to your right and letting your other foot come off the ground. So for me, I think this is a big problem. If you're right here getting ready to dink, if you want to lean in and lean forward to get ready to attack a ball out of the air, that's one thing, and I think that's a great thing to be doing. I do that all the time. Leaning forward is much different from leaning to my left, losing my balance, letting my foot come off the ground, let alone maybe causing some foot faults, right? That's not a good thing. But if you're leaning this way, it's very tough to control a soft shot like a dink. Another issue with this is as I lean this way, and as you watch people do that when they're leaning, they will use extra wrist to catch up to the ball. If you've ever seen a good amount of 3-5 or below players play, you'll see a lot of this, and that is not the way to do it. So now I will show you how you should do it, or at least how I would teach you to do it, which is following the ball with your feet. Trying to be in front of the ball so that you can impart topspin on the ball when the opportunity presents itself. All right, so part 3 of what not to do on the pickleball court, when you're hitting a forehand volley and your elbow is coming way behind your torso. I don't think you need to do it. That is what not to do. So if you let your elbow come behind your body, not only are you probably gonna slice that ball, which is not what we're always looking for, it is most likely gonna go up. And what's the most important part about hitting a counter? Getting it down. This is what to do. So the reason you don't want to let your elbow come behind your body and instead try to keep it in front for the most part, if it's in this area at your right shoulder, is it's a lot easier to get the ball down. If you get your counter down, you're going to be much better off than if you try to take a big swing and hit it hard. A lot of players like to hit the ball hard, myself included, but the most important part about any volley is getting it down, not hitting it as hard as you can. All right, guys, thank you all for watching. Those are 3 things that you should not be doing on a pickleball court.